Hey, let's go ahead and get started with a reading. We're just going to get some messages from our spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. So, open messages, take them how you will. Don't try to make it fit if it doesn't, okay? All right, what do we have here, Spirit, for the collective? We've got time for a nap. Some of you need to just take a nap, go to sleep, or maybe for some of you, you're sleeping too much. So you'll know your story, okay? But what else do we have here? Time for a nap, higher power. Pay attention to your dreams, okay? Because I feel like your dreams are giving you messages. I feel like they're trying to help you. Yeah, for some of you, it's almost like you have some type of a blockage that's keeping you stuck. Yeah, we've got the round and round. We also got the never ending story, and we got all that glitters. It's almost like you need to let something rest. Like you need to let it go. There's some, and you know what? I've noticed this. Like I had a client yesterday that like I haven't heard from in a couple of years. And like by knowing this client's chart, and knowing the planets that are retrograde and they're in their 12th house, I'm like, oh, they're coming back to talk to me about the same thing because Pluto has just retrograded, and that's something I've been working on with them from the past. And so I knew once this individual scheduled a reading, it was going to be something that we've already gone over. And I've told you, and this person is still fixated on the certain situation. So are you finding yourself fixated on something that happened from the past? Because that's what I'm kind of getting from this. Like, it's like you need to lay it to rest. Like there's a higher power, there's source, there's, psychics, there's spiritual advisors, there's religious, if you believe in religion, you can go to a pastor or a therapist or something to help unblock this situation, because I feel like it's not what you think it is. It's what you're making it out to be in your head. And, that's kind of what I'm getting with this never ending story, time for a nap and going round and round. It's like you even think about it in your sleep. It's like you can't escape it. And it's kind of funny because like right before I did this reading, I was thinking about it, and I was like, you always hear people say like, stop thinking about them, cut it out, and then I think about it, and that's sometimes not an easy task, because what'll happen is like the moon will come around and it'll trigger something in your chart, or Mercury, or just something triggers something, or something somebody did trigger something in their chart, and it makes them remember a traumatic experience, and then they're reliving it all over again. I hope that's making sense to you, because that's what I'm kind of seeing here. I know this is a little bit of a different message than what I'm used to picking up, but it's almost like it's like you just need to see it for what it is, and I feel like, there's a key to unlocking whatever it is that you've been mulling around with. And maybe for some of you, it's even keeping you stuck from, making money, or, it's almost like blocking your manifestations, in the material world. Okay. Whatever this is, because it could be a mindset of like lack from something that you experienced when you were a child. Maybe there was a trigger, your family could have been, very poor. So they were always very frugal, and, you lived in that. And so because of that subconscious blockage from your childhood and that lack mentality, you've carried it through. And that's why your manifestations can only go thus far, because there's something in there that you keep telling yourself. Maybe it's money is the root of all evil. Maybe it's, only lucky people can have money, or they had to come from a good family and everybody's giving it to them. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe that's what you've seen throughout your life. So there's some type of a blockage here that could, stop you or put you in like, some form of, and it could be a debt, it's a debt to yourself. So there's something here about needing to fix this. Kind of a weird message, but I mean, if it resonates, take it for what it is. This could also keep you from love, if you keep telling yourself something, oh, I'm not worthy, or I have to have this amount of money before I can fall in love, I have to have this. And so it's like, who told you that? Like, who told you that? So let's go ahead and get some messages. Oh, and of course, they're going to start blowing. If it gets really loud, I'm going to end this reading, okay? Because it sounds like it's going to... I hope you guys are not picking up on that. I'll try and go as fast, or not fast, but as far as I can with if they get closer. All right, Spirit. So what do we have on this? We've got the Sun. So plans that work out perfectly, amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendations, gratitude for the blessings of life. I feel like the Sun is illuminating all of this. The Magician. Ooh, I love this. You can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. I love the Sun and the Magician together. This is, and maybe this is like something that at the top row, something you've already gone over, or you're like finishing up that, like, why am I even doing this? Like, why am I even tricking myself? Like, I need to just quit with this. What do we have with narrating story? The Star. So it talks about look to the future with hope and optimism, the power of faith to move mountains, happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. But it was on its side. Underneath, the never-ending story. And the never-ending story is number 37. 37, 3 plus 7 is 10. 10 is about ending cycles. Like, this is about, sometimes becoming afraid of all these good things that are happening, like new paths opening up, new beginnings, because of things that have happened in the past. So we tend to replay those aspects of like, oh, what if this happens again? Or what if this happens again? And, what if it's just another cycle? Well, what if everything is great? Because that's what I'm seeing is, the Sun, which is the number 19, which also 1 plus 9 is 10. So the Sun is like, after you end all of these cycles, like the sun shall shine again. Not all that, not all is lost. And then we have the Ace of Winter under all the glitters. And it says, don't be deterred by challenges along the way. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately amazing new ideas that should be implemented. I feel like by doing this, it's like, it's almost like I get this light bulb moment, right? Because it's, the Ace of Swords basically that's sitting over, all that glitters. And it's like, oh, ding, ding, ding. Like, I get it now. I get why I had to go through all these experiences. I get why I was stuck in some type of a cycle. And then we have the 8 of Summer, which, yes, for some of you, it's about moving on from things that you've gone round and round about, you're ending those cycles. Like, maybe for some of you, you felt like you were just caught in this freaking loop. You were caught in a loop. And the 8 of Summer says the desire for a more meaningful life, realizing that it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. And where you're headed is towards the Sun, the Magician. And, he's on this pathway. They're on this pathway, seeing new lands, doing new things. And, but you've got the Sun and the Star, which is like wishes coming true. And, like, not believing in your mind's eye that, oh, this is going to happen to me again. You meet the most amazing person in your life and it motivates you to want to do new things and, get excited, because when you're in love, you're the most creative. All of a sudden you're like out of these cycles and you're like, I want to see what's out there. So you put in your resume online and all of a sudden you get the job and you're like, okay, here it is. All these opportunities open it up. And that's what I'm seeing here is like, once you're willing to come out of that loop, once you're willing to stop telling yourself all these negative things that could go wrong, next thing you know, you're being sucked down. Like, I almost see them, being pulled through this vacuum cleaner. I see you getting new keys to something. There could be a key, or, you have the key now to unlock whatever it was that was blocking you. You like, there's a major transformation that goes along with this energy. I feel like mentally, you know, mentally, it's like you've had enough time to rest. Now it's time for you to take action. And I see people taking action right now. You know, for some of you, you're like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of the politics here. I'm sick of the people. I'm sick of this job. I'm sick of these relationships. You know, there's not a lot to choose from here. I've dated all the, you know, that like might even be worth something, you know. And then it's like, you know, you get this pull to go somewhere else and it's like, boom, there it is. You know, there's a reason why we're guided to where we're going, because I feel like that's where the gold is. That's where the treasure is. But you got to be like, don't stop. And I feel like, you know, when we go on that journey, we kind of pull back and we're like, whoa, 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 whoa. You know, what are we doing? Hold on, you know, ah. But then it's like, okay, now I remember why I'm doing what I'm doing. So I'm going to leave that here, you guys. I really love these messages. I don't even know what the hell I'm going to name it, because I mean, it's like, I don't know, you know, give it a heart, a thumbs up, you know, let me know how this reading resonates with you. Share your story with others. It always helps other people with a different perspective. I love you guys all so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you are interested in a personal reading, all my information's in the description box down below. Don't forget that you can check me out over on Facebook and Instagram under the Footsteps to Peace and Peace Unhinged Tarot. Love you guys all so much. Take care. We'll chat again soon.